It's Week 16 of the National Football League. And up next is Demario Davis. He's now up to 62 tackles so far this season. It's the Saints and the Bears, and it's all up next.
What better way to start off the afternoon than with some football, huh? It's time to get things started here on the NFL on EA Sports. Joined by a former NFL quarterback up in the booth, Mr. Brock Huard. I'm Kate Scott, and Brock, you can brag if you'd like to, because I know you had quite the big arm in your days with the Huskies and the Seahawks in Seattle. Well, we got a couple of quarterbacks here who also know how to push that football down the field.
Yeah, you got a couple QBs who are going to keep these defenses honest today, because the moment they get greedy in coverage or get too aggressive in the pocket, either of these quarterbacks can drop a dime, drop a deep throw right over them for big yardage, and maybe 6 points too.
The holidays have arrived. Thank you for spending a part of them with us. We're away in Week 16 on EA Sports. Some good work on that return. Brock gets this up to the 33. So out come the Bears, ready for their first possession. They're led out by one of the game's most tenured veterans and most decorated quarterbacks of all time, Aaron Rodgers.
Two numbers that a lot of people were focused on from his performance last week. That would be 3 and 0, as in touchdowns and interceptions. That's a quarterback who was efficient, aggressive in the right spots, but he took great care of the football. And of course, well, he cares less about those two numbers. He's more about the alphabet, like that letter W, picking up the win in that ball game.
And he gets it forward, is still about a yard out of that. Making the stop that time, Kool-Aid McKinstry. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
You run that draw play, Kate, you got to become a really, really good actor as a quarterback. You got to drop back and make sure those ends pass you so that draw can hit it up the gut. Not that time. That end was not buying the story the quarterback was trying to sell.
And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
And a fair catch made without incidents, just inside the 25. So now we'll get a look at the other offense as the Saints take the field. And they'll be let out by someone that we'll get a look at here, this second-year passer.
Just an all-around great performance from him last week, Kate, in the win. Those 2 touchdowns he had played a big part in the victory, no question. But so did keeping it clean, not throwing a pick. You want to become friendly with your own defense? Make sure they don't have any extra possessions to defend. He did his job, and so did his teammates.
And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. It's a pickup of 11. And that's good for a New Orleans 1st down. Again, this is Gainwell. And he maneuvers through the middle for a gain of 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a 1st down.
Pass complete to Thrash. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
I'm sure Coach, a play caller, doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Finds him over the middle. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. A give right side to Gainwell. And he breaks even, but that's it. Brought down at that line of scrimmage. That tackle made by Tremaine Edmonds. So now here's 3rd and 5. Pass play now. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down. And he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
So a punt coming up on 4th down, and it's against Belgium native Corliss Waitman with the honors. It's fielded at the 14. And he gets him out of the deep part of their half. This is out across the 20. That punt finishes as a 60-yard effort. And it's going to be Bears football. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Now here's DeAndre Swift on the ground. And he gets him around 6 there. Tackle made by Elijah Molden. We get a look at his rushing numbers from last week here. What he was able to do in support of that win. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Rodgers here from the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
1st down, here's Swift. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door. Bigger gap in the future.
And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. 3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. From the shotgun, Rodgers escapes the pocket. Oh, he's going to run for it. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know, before the snap, right before the snap, you may have to take off if the read isn't there. That was a great adjustment made at the perfect time for the 1st down.
Running with Swift out of the gun. And he'll advance this down to the 38-yard line. Good rip on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 2. Play action with Rodgers. He sends this one to the end zone. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete.
You know, I don't fault that look at all, Kate, downfield. It was just an excellent defensive play to deny him the ball and knock it away. That is good on good.
And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
You know, it's fascinating how those routes you run so many times in practice become a whole lot more difficult in the actual game. That was an important 3rd and short to convert. Very surprised to see that play fail.
And he missed it. It's no good. And we continue to await our opening score of this ball game.
So in the end, the armchair quarterbacks, Kate, are going to tell you the more aggressive-minded play caller would have been correct. It would have been a better decision to go for it as they come up with nothing from that field goal try.
The Saints and their quarterback ready to take over once again. And he's kept up the pace all season long. To the point, look, he's in the top 5 across the NFL in passing. Staying between the tackles with Gainwell. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
They stick with Gainwell. Across midfield to the 45. And he's finally hauled down at the 43. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down. Back to throw now. That's who is running back, Kenneth Gainwell. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Sent to the ground by Kyler Gordon. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 37-yard line.
Give now to the running back. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that 3rd down call that they had ready, well, they can stick it right back in their pocket for a later occasion.
throwing now on first down. Hits his running back. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. Third and short in your back pocket. You can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9. A nice gain of 8 there, and it brings them to first and goal.
First and goal at the 9-yard line.
Goal to go, they're passing. The throw is caught. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
We're back for the start of the second. Saints have the ball and a chance at 6. On 2nd and 4. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the pressure drives them backwards.
You get into the red zone and every detail matters. It matters on the whole 100 yards. But, Kate, once you get inside this red zone, it is so critical. And let's tip our cap to the defense on the details, creating that sack.
3rd and long for him here. Again, he's under pressure, and he goes down. Good pressure from the defense there has them trending in the wrong direction.
That is a wow. Maybe that's a double wow for me. 2 sacks in the previous 3 snaps. I can really criticize quarterbacks, and too often I do, to get rid of the football, but that is about a defensive effort. Knowing what's on the line when you get into situations in the red zone, Kate, can't do it much better than that. Well, I know once that drive stalls out, that's where it really pays to have that reliable kicker on the sideline ready to bail you out. And he knocks that one right through to give him the lead.
And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Bears about set for their next possession. And coming off our first points of the ball game, they're going to take over now trailing 3-0. Here's Swift to start the drive. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
And he found some running room for a nice gain. That's a 9-yard pickup, and it gives him a 3rd and 2. Going run again with Swift. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. Give him 3 on that gain. And that's a Chicago first down.
Okay, you know me, I can't resist. I thought we might have needed the old Gene Steratore index card down there. Making a really close measurement to see if he got the first down or not. But in the end, the right call was made. He got just enough to move the chains. This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
First time this game they've looked to him. So now it's going to be 3rd and long. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. Stays upright. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on 3rd down? We chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
And he'll get under this one and make the fair catch at the 19-yard line. That punt goes unanswered. No return there. And the Saints will get set to take over. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. Gets this to Johnson. And that's good for a gain of 5. From the secondary, Grant Delpit on the tackle. Offense to the line for second down.
At the 26-yard line.
Here's a give inside to Gainwell. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete. Got the one-on-one they wanted, Brock, on that slant, but just not enough to get the completion.
Yeah, you got to create separation. We all love the slant route. It could be super effective, but you got to beat press. You got to beat jam. You got to beat off man, and you got to create separation so there's not that bang-bang impact to knock the ball loose like that.
No return on that punt. And it's going to be their football coming up. Out of the shotgun, a give to Swift. He swarms in the middle. This gets maybe a yard. Carl Granderson in on the tackle. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Staying grounded with Swift. And defenders are there to get him at the line. Carl Granderson in on the tackle. No gain here after a gain of only 1, and now they'll face 3rd and 9. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Now they'll throw out of the gun. That's into the hands of Moore. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Running behind center with Swift. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Give him 3 yards. That's going to bring up 3rd and 2. Blown back, it's the handoff. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
That's one of those plays, Kate, as an offense, it just sticks with you a little bit. It bothers you that you just can't convert on a very manageable down and distance. And on the other side, it sure gives you some confidence defensively to get off the field.
Chicago brings out the punting unit. Torrey Taylor will kick this away. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. Now this is out of bounds, and what a beauty. He Coffin cornered it well. They're going to mark it at the 2-yard line. Here comes the Saints offense. And they'll have to go just about every bit of 100 yards to reach the end zone. That punt sets them up at their own 2. He'll throw it from his... Oh, and the ball is out in the end zone. Well, props for the recovery, but before he can escape the end zone, he's hauled down. That's a safety. And it wasn't a touchdown or a field goal, Brock, but hey, points are points. And their first points of the game come on that there safety.
You'll take them any way you can get them in this league, Kate, right? And if the defense has got to score and they've got to continue to score, that is just fine. Because that is a breath of fresh air on that sideline and hopefully a bit of a kickstarter for their offense as well.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
And this drive is going to have some great starting field position as a result of that short kick. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Now an inside handoff to Swift. And this is a nice gain that stopped at the 47. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3. From the 47. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
As much as we talk about offenses wanting to stay ahead of the chains, they want to stay on script. Well, the defense, they want to rip that script up. And a sack like that, creating 3rd and extra longs, it's exactly how you get it done.
He's got him. That's Swift. And he's brought down for a loss.
He specializes in salvaging broken plays out of the backfield, but even he couldn't get anything out of that one, Kate. That defense, they were all over it.
So we're at the 2-minute warning here from the Superdome. And it's the Bears with 4th down here behind the sticks. Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And a fair catch made here at the 17. We don't get a return out of that punt. And they're going to take over possession. The New Orleans offense set to go now. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. Airing it out to start this drive. Into traffic, complete. And it'll be brought down along the 25-yard line. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. They'll throw it. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Making it harder than it needs to be right there. Just get the catch first. Guarantee some yards. And then worry about escaping the defenders and getting upfield.
And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. Give him 8 yards on the play. And the Saints are going to have a 1st down. Looking to the air here. Oh, try and force it into the slant. It's intercepted. Jalen Johnson with the pick. And the Bears get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season.
A lot of defenders got some offense in their background, and it's been my life experience that they'll tell you about it. And right there, he put it on display. He brought in the pick and instantly became a runner, searching for the open field to add a little something-something to the return.
The Bears going on offense here late in the half. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. To throw is Rodgers. Setting up the running back screen. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. 2nd and 3 now. Pressure comes. Rodgers. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Timeout Chicago. It uses its 2nd. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. So a tough spot now. This is 3rd and 9. Here's Rodgers. Getting out to his left. And they get to him again. The Saints calling for a timeout, their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Bring on Cairo Santos for the field goal. It's a 36-yard look from the left hash. Carney's kick is good, and that's going to give them the lead.
Well, he moved past that earlier miss pretty quickly here, Kate. Nice to see that. And now he can carry a little momentum with him to end this opening half.
Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. This return starts at the 5. They'll have decent field position to begin with here. Rocky's tackled just beyond that 30-yard line. The Saints taking the field for the final time in this first half. Not a whole lot of time left for them to put something together here before the break. And even 20 seconds left at their disposal on the final drive of this half. And that's going to be incomplete. Still time for a couple of plays, though. 15 seconds left. Lucky that didn't end as an interception. So it's 2nd down coming up. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Short pass brought in. He's descended upon quickly and dropped after it looks like a yard gain. Tyreek Stevenson getting up to track that one down. And the Bears bring in an extra defensive back for this 3rd down. Back to throw. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And this is going to stay with the offense as he makes the recovery. Just before halftime, we get a timeout ticket. Corliss Waitman on the punt. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. And he sends this away, definitely his best kick of the game thus far. And he hauls it in.